It's what we call an otter trawl net. So it's sort of shaped like a big sock. And then at the ankle end, or like the mouth of it, set our trawl net, and we're gonna pick up some fish and sea creatures and keep them in the cooler to show to all these folks. I am hoping for some hog chokers. That's a bottom fish, like a bottom feeding fish that we get quite a lot in the Delaware Bay, and I'm also hoping for some oyster toadfish that we also get in the Delaware Bay.
And as far away from the boat as you possibly can, all right? But only when I say send it, yeah? All right, now I will have, who are my other helpers? Take one big step forward, these are gonna be down, you're gonna drop it over the side and then take a big step back, all right? I'm gonna go chat with the captain, make sure we're ready back there, and then we'll get started. Be ready on the buoy! Be ready on the net!
Ready on the net.
Ready on the chains!
Ready on the chain.
Ready on the floats! Ready on the doors!
Ready on the door.
Ready on the lizard!
Ready on the lizard.
Ready on the trawl line! Excellent! Now we just gotta wait for the ready on the captain. Send your net! Excellent! Send your chains! Send your floats!
Oh, okay. No, but we're using May.
The first one is haul away, and you guys are going to repeat it back when you hear it as loud as you can. So if I say haul away, you're going to say haul away. Excellent. And there's a special way we're going to haul. We're going to pull hand over hand, and we're going to keep our feet glued to the deck. We don't want you walking back and forth with the line. When we say hold, repeat it back and say hold. And what do you think you're going to do? Hold on tight, tight, tight to that line. The last thing you're going to hear is drop the line. And you guys say? Drop the line. Excellent. Now for good luck and to make sure that you guys know what's going on, we're going to practice. And when you drop the line, you're going to put your hands up in the air and give us some fish fingers. So hopefully we'll have a good catch. And that way I also know that nobody's hands are on the rope, all right? So drop the line.
Drop the line.
Give me fish fingers. Excellent. All right, go ahead and pick it up. Okay, on the crawl line, haul away. Halfway there, we're so close.
Just halfway.
Halfway there, we're even closer. Just a few more big ones. Let's go. Fish time. We can go ahead and drop the line.
Drop the line.
We're going to know everybody step over to the starboard side. We're going to get our fish up.
We're gonna communicate with the callback commands. There's some other commands you might hear. Hold, you already know also, but you also might hear 2 steps forward, which means take 2 steps forward, a little bit of slack up front, but you're not like dropping the line entirely. You also might hear drop the line, which I know that you already know. As you might expect, 2 different names. So this line over here that all of you are on, this is called the throat halyard. Exciting. And this one over here, this is called the peak halyard. So you're gonna only respond to and do commands that are for the line that you are on. So you can say ready on the peak halyard.
Yes.
Are you ready on the throat halyard?
Yes.
Ready on the throat.
Alright, now we're talking this. Are you ready on the peak halyard?
Yes.
Ready on the peak.
Ready on the peak halyard. That's how you respond.
Everyone ready on the peak halyard. Yeah,
And we take up the slack so that everyone can help us haul. We want to make sure the line's in a straight line. There we go.
On the peak. On the throat. All the way together.
All the way together.
¿Qué ejercicio que hace que yo? Mira. This is giving me flashbacks to the
It's nice and easy. A little slower. Ron, you want to haul hand over hand.
Imagine o Pirates of the Caribbean.
beak.
All right, we're gonna get some big ones on the throat. I'm gonna say heave, you're gonna say ho, and you're gonna pull as hard as you can. Ready? Heave! Ho! Heave! Ho! Heave! Ho! Heave! Ho! Heave! Ho! Heave! Ho! Come on, Blake, you mean it! Heave! Ho! Heave! Ho! That's all throw.
All the way.
Hold that line, don't give back 1 inch.
Don't let go. Keep your hands on it.
Stoppers on. All right, take 2 big steps forwards. Just walk the line up, give some slack. Stoppers holding. Drop the line.
I think it's time for some big ones over here. So I'm gonna say heave, you're gonna say ho, and pull as hard as you can. All right, heave, ho, 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 heave, ho. One more. All right, one more, our biggest one ever, okay? Heave, ho! That's well the peak, big and hold. All right, we're holding this line right where it is. You can drop your weight back. Hold it right where it is, they'll get back 1 inch.
All right, stoppers on.
Stoppers on, all right, on the peak, 2 steps towards me. A little bit of slack up here, but we're not getting rid of the line entirely.
Stoppers holding.
All right, now drop the line, fish fingers. There we go, thank you.
It's okay. Now we're struggling. Oh.
So, yeah, our jib is on.
All right, I think let's split into stations so that everybody can see the fish. We don't have 2 turns.
We have like a whole museum dedicated to like the history of the oystermen and the oyster industry. It's very cool. It's a very pretty area too. That's why we don't have like pop sails. We just have these like gaff sails, you know?
I don't know the names of, but they're all really cool to look at. We caught some really great things. One of the biggest and the heaviest thing we caught was this huge rock. And so y'all did a really good job pulling the huge rock up. No, just a rock.
I thought it was like a turtle.
We also caught
Jellies.
Yeah, so we caught some comb jellies, which if you've ever been to like an aquarium, they're the ones that light up. Oh. And so you can kind of see, do you see like the little lines?
Yeah.
So that's the part that lights up. Wow. So that's actually their nervous system, which is pretty cool. Jellyfish are actually all plankton throughout their whole life stage because a key part of being a plankton is not being able to swim against the ocean's current, the will of the current in the ocean, and especially comb jellies, they don't really have like strong swimming capabilities. So they're all plankton, which is pretty cool.
They don't sting?
Comb jellies don't, they don't have tentacles. But other jellyfish definitely do. Is that the one that jumped out? This is the one that jumped out.
Oh my goodness.
So this is a huge flounder.
Wow.
And he doesn't like hurt you really, but he's just like really huge and is kind of hard to manage. So you can see the 2 eyes. If you guys get a little closer, you can see the mouth and the 2 eyes on the top. Oh, yeah. And so flounder actually start out with eyes on either side of their head, And then because they start swimming like this, so they have eyes on either side, and then as they mature, they kind of flip over, and their eye goes either through their head or around.
That must be a very awkward stage of puberty for the flounder.
Yeah.
When your eyes like going through your head.
For sure. And so yeah, that's a flounder. Flounder are pretty cool.
Oh, he's huge. He's even bigger than the last one.
Yeah, he's huge.
Can I get a picture of him?
You can touch him if you want. The top of him is just, you can kind of feel back and forth.
Oh my god.
Wait, I want
So if you touch back and forth, you can feel that he has skin and not scales. Yeah.
Oh wow, the eyes. Oh my gosh, you're so right. Wow.
Oh! Wait, there's a, oh my gosh, there's a crab trying to eat that fish. Okay. I just saw a claw reaching up.
Blue crab or
I don't know, it was a red claw, so I don't really know. Oh, that's the flounder again.
flounder. Probably under the
I
rock.
wanted to get the skate, because the skate's
I
here.
love that we have a rock. Oh, is that an oyster toadfish or a sea robin?
Ah!
Sea robin, I think.
There's a crab! So, the skate's
There's the
kinda
skate.
high.
No, the skate's right there.
But I try to get like under the rock.
Yeah. So one thing about that,
Thing, the rock.
yeah. So skate.
Do you want to grab him?
Yeah. So skate.
color.
Let's see your mouth, buddy. Oh.
If you want to take the net, I'll just grab them on both sides.
Yeah.
I think these are the ones.
Yeah. I hear.
She's eating a jellyfish.
Oh.
Jelly, let go of the jelly.
No, it's just
No, the jelly.
Oh, the jelly's
Yeah.
in there.
It
Yeah.
fell from her mouth.
Wow.
So yeah, here's the skate. If you guys want to touch him really quickly, he's really
Really quickly.
just on the side. Yeah.
Skates similar to sharks.
And I'm gonna-
Cartilage, which is kind of like soft bone, kind of like what you have in your ear.
Oh, goodbye.
So that keeps them together.
It's just, did you see that?
Sounds down.
Oh man.
Had enough airtime.
Okay, what about the crab? I'm crying. And the small fish that.
I think Mr. Krabs is very happy.
No. If you imagine these guys, we're glad to see them, but this is definitely a day for the critters. You know. Don't worry, they'll be let go. Yeah. that's a good way to put it. New York apartment experience for the fish. Oh, sea robin.
Yeah, so this is a sea robin. It's kind of caught in the net. But you can see like the fins and the gills and all the coloring. So the sea robins are pretty dark. Oh. Yeah, there. But the way that they're like side little flippers they're kind of like feathery, and that helps them like blend in, because like if you think about like objects when they're like defined in like different colors, they're very easy to see. So if it's dark colored and swimming close to the bottom of the water and its fins are kind of feathered, it blends in a lot, which is kind of interesting. So the flounder, if I were to flip them up, it's kind of huge and kind of a little bit hard to manage, but the top of them are dark colored and the bottom are light colored. That's because they swim like really close to the bottom, and so as like fish and birds and things look down, they're dark colored, so they blend in with the mud. And if the fish was to be up a little bit, their like underbelly is white, and so the light shining through is kind of like blinds the fish and the light blends in, which is why a lot of fish are white on their bellies. Yeah. So yeah, this is a little bit right. So yeah, that one's a little bit smaller.
Can you talk about why there's the quiet bubbles? Like, what does this do for them?
Yeah, so the bubbles are there because the water surface is absorbing oxygen from the air, and as like the waves and like things kind of go through the water, it gets like emulsified, so the air gets like all mixed in, which really helps the water get a bunch of oxygen. But when we pull water out and it doesn't have a lot of movement like this, but it has a lot of fish, the fish need oxygen to breathe, and we don't really have a way to like emulsify it, so we use the bubbles. That just like blows bubbles in, and so the oxygen gets absorbed into the water. That's why you have the little bubbles to help them breathe, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, the crab is like with the 2 flounders and the skate, so he's doing a good job in hiding.
Hello, I just had the best day ever. So for a little bit of backstory, yesterday my mom, she came up to me at around noon and she had asked me the question if I could drop her off at the exchange place, Path Station, and I said yeah, absolutely. And I know I talked about this already in my last video, but there's a little bit more to the story. So I end up bringing my dog to Liberty State Park and we end up having just a really beautiful day with each other. And even after we did our walk, I just somehow managed to kind of stumble upon the sign that said free sailing Wednesday, July 23rd. And can I tell you how incredible it was? Can I tell you just how amazing and fantastic it was? The tour was educational in every capacity. That's what it was supposed to be. And we went fishing and there were so many opportunities for volunteers to kind of get hands-on experience with hoisting the sail. There was just like a lot of teamwork involved, and I really enjoyed that aspect of seeing everybody kind of wanting to learn all there is about the ship, about the company, about oysters, because the ship itself, I think it was built in 1928 and it's been almost 100 years, and this ship is made completely out of wood, and its primary focus was to catch oysters. And then we kind of learned about the history of how oysters never really became a luxury until the population started to decline very rapidly. And believe it or not, oysters are so important to the environment because they filter at least 50 gallons of water, and I just never knew that fact. And I mean, it was just really interesting to see where the ship will be headed in a couple of days, because they're heading out to Cape May and then they're heading out to the Delaware River for like a week. And where else are they going? They're going to Maryland, they're going to Philadelphia, and for free, you know, as a New Jersey resident. It was just such a magical experience because I've gone on so many ferries in the area. I've gone to Ellis Island, I've taken the ferry from Exchange Place to Lower Manhattan, I've taken the ferry from Lower Manhattan into Governor's Island. The only ferry I think I haven't done yet is the Staten Island ferry, which is coming up very soon. I do have a little day trip planned ahead for me one of these days. The point is, like, I'm very familiar with these waters, and it's not like the skyline is changing dramatically, okay? So I'm very familiar with the scenery, but there's just something so refreshing whenever you get out on that water and you're passing by the Statue of Liberty and you're passing through Lower Manhattan and you see Brooklyn and you see Governor's Island. I mean, every time you're just on water in the Hudson River, it just kind of feels like a new experience all over again. And I mean, that's at least how it feels like for me. That's why I look forward to these kinds of events. And I mean, sailing, hello. I've been very fortunate to go on multiple sailing boats. Honestly, I'm spoiled. I spoil myself to the T. And I was telling my family too, I was like, well, when I was in Greece, I paid maybe like $200 for a half-day cruise around the Mediterranean across different islands. And then I've done another boat, a catamaran in Hawaii, and that's just like the first 2 examples that are popping up in my head, and that was like 100. It was just really amazing seeing that sign that said free sailing and being able to kind of coordinate that very spontaneous trip with my family this morning. And then even after the trip, we ended up hanging out with my grandma for like 2 hours. And I'm just now getting home. I left the house at like 8. I'm now just getting home at like 3 p.m. And I found an amazing parking spot. I mean, what else can a girl ask for, right? I'm just so incredibly grateful. I'm so thankful and so appreciative. And I just couldn't go home without expressing my gratitude and without even like reflecting on my day. I learned so much. I touched I touched these fish. Okay, can I tell you, these fish are smelly, slimy, but they're so cute. Oh my gosh, so cute. By the way, when we went fishing, we caught them and we looked at them and we kind of talked about what made them cool and what were some of their characteristics. And then even after all of that was said and done, we just threw them back into the water, and it just kind of blew my mind away over the idea that there could be living creatures underneath the Hudson River. And I know you might be thinking like, what do you mean? It's a body of water. I was always under the impression that this water is just not an ideal environment or habitat for wild creatures to come and migrate and make homes in. I don't know if you're going to hear it in the video, but it was low-key like the circle of life was happening in the little cooler where we caught all the fish and we were looking at them. There was a crab that was trying to eat the flounder, and then the skate was trying to eat the jelly. It was kind of funny, but I mean, again, like, never in my mind would I ever think, oh, we were gonna catch something. So it just really put things into perspective, because before I used to think like, wow, this water is brown. I can't believe we can't swim in it. The water's kind of blue. The water's kind of green. Like, the more I kept thinking about it, I'm like, wow, it really is getting cleaner. It's just taking some time. So I left with just new clarity. I feel like a new woman. And I'm hoping to do the tour again on Saturday with my mom. I just need to get her tickets. Low-key, to BH, it looks like they're all sold out. So I'm just going to do a little bit of praying. I'm going to do a little bit of snooping. I'm going to check again. And it was a must, okay, for summer. I needed to get on the water. Today was perfect. It seems like my summer is a lot more eventful than I ever would have anticipated it being. And I give all thanks to God for that, for literally bringing me the art of spontaneity. I'm going to the Morgan Stanley offices in New York City tomorrow with Girls Who Code, which is very exciting. And then on Friday, I'm going to the beach. And then on Saturday, what am I doing on Saturday? Oh, the other sailing tour, the free one. And then on Sunday, I'm going to hang out with the family in New York, which is, again, lovely. And then before you know it, it's August. Like, the days are literally flying by. I'm having the time of my life. I would not have it any other way. So until next time, we will chat later.